Hey guys, welcome. I hope all of you are doing great, and welcome to yet another episode of CampK12 TV. And we are going to start in just 2 minutes, guys. As you know, we will have our final countdown and we'll start in 2 minutes. But I am giving you guys these 2 minutes to install the CampK12 app. Okay, I'll just adjust my screen so all of you are able to see what you're supposed to do. So, guys, as you can see on your screen, please go and install the CampK12 app. And why do you have to do it? Because as you know, we have a special guest with us today, and all of you will get to interact with that special guest and our super coder through the CampK12 app. So guys, I am just going to give you guys 2 minutes. We are going to start in 2 minutes, and in the meantime, please go and install the app. Yeah. Alright guys, I hope all of you have installed the app. It won't take that long. Cool. So how are you guys? Welcome back. As you can see, I am looking a bit different, and that's because today is our Diwali special episode, and I am super excited about it because it's one of my favorite festivals, and it's a festival of joy, it's a festival of lights, and more important, it's the festival of technology. And all of you might be wondering how, right? Because just imagine in times of COVID, maybe you're not able to meet all of your family, and that's sort of not a happy scenario, right? But imagine if you get to create an amazing e-card, right? Your own web card, not one of those greetings that are available on internet, and send it out to your friends and family and give them that joy of wishing Diwali. And that's what we are going to do today, guys. We are going to create our own Diwali card with our super coder. But before we start, for the ones who are new, I am as usual going to tell you guys what exactly is this space. So guys, CampK12 is an online school. We teach 21st century skills to young minds from grade 1 to grade 12. And every Friday at 7 p.m. we have our super coders who come and teach us. The students become teachers, and today we have one such amazing super coder. I mean, the way he codes, I don't think I've seen any kid code like that. So let's welcome him before I just start singing all his praises and probably spend the entire episode just talking about him. So Aarav, can we have you over and can we show everyone who's our super coder? Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am good too. Thank you so much. Aarav, happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Amazing. So Aarav, I have seen you code. I mean, I just like, I was in the session and I have seen you code, and whoa, you are a smarty pant for sure. You pick up coding very fast, and because of which, before you start and before you introduce yourself, I would encourage you to tell everyone about your experience with coding and what would you like to do, like why are you so passionate about it and what's that end goal for you.
So I love coding because I love technology. Like every time, even I look at a website, I think, how is this made? How is that made? And so what happened? When I grow up and I finish my coding lessons, I want to use it to help other people, like help people make their own websites or help company with their websites, and of course make my own websites.
That's so cool. And don't you want to just create a Roblox or something? That's what I just hear from all the kids. So would you not want to create something cool?
Yeah, it would be an interesting project to create a game as well.
I know, that's exciting. So Aarav, before we start, and now that we know that you're a super coder who wants to sort of change the world, and with your coding skills, I have absolutely no doubt that you would. But can you tell us a bit more about yourself, like basics? Where are you from? Which school do you go to? Or for how long have you been coding? And just what do you like other than coding?
India. I've lived in Dubai my whole life, but I visit India quite regularly. We go once or twice every year.
All right.
I go to Dubai College because I live in the UAE, and I've been coding for quite a long time, maybe 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But I only got very serious when I joined CampK12.
Hey, that's nice to hear. Thank you so much. Great. So, Aarav, what are we going to do today? Because it's a Diwali special episode, and I want to send cards to everyone that I know. I've not been able to meet any of my close relatives or friends, and that's sad. So, can you help me with that and everyone who is here with that?
So today I'm going to show you guys how to create a Diwali website, but it won't be a website, it will be an e-greeting.
Wow.
Not a fancy one. And I'll even give you guys ideas for decorations.
Right.
And then towards the end, I'll post it on a CodePen public pen so that all of you can edit it and change it to whatever you want.
Wow. So, can we actually use the link and change it out to our names and have like a customized Diwali e-greeting?
Yes, and I'll show you how to do that as well.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Cool. So let's not spend a lot of time and just get started with whatever we are going to create. So would you like to share your screen? I think I'll have to give you permissions. Yeah, you have permissions.
Okay, sure.
Awesome. So while you're doing this, Aarav, how did this idea come to your mind? Are you also missing your family and friends?
Yeah, quite a bit, because now all of my family lives in India, and because of the COVID situation, it's very hard to visit.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, so
Right.
for now, what I've done, as you can see, I have all of this,
Yeah.
and this is just a field. The head tags will be where the links go, where I use other resources, and the body will be my actual code.
Yeah.
I have this is the open web page, which is the greeting. Then I have the decoration web page, where I'll show you some ideas for decorations that I found quite nice.
Wow.
And then I just CSS file to make the greeting look nice.
Okay.
So you can see in the actual web pages there's nothing,
Right.
because I haven't made any code.
All right. Aarav, before you start, because I don't want to trouble you in between, I would recommend that we zoom in a bit where your code window, because everyone would be able to see otherwise. Yeah, let's just keep it. Yeah, this looks good. Thank you so much.
Okay, so first what I'm going to do, in the head section, I'm going to link this file,
Yeah.
the CS file, by the link tag. So link 8ref is equal to, and then as you can see there's a style.css option, and this is very important. I'm going to specify the relationship,
Right.
and this will tell the computer that the style.css is used for changing the web page.
Right.
And then the second thing I'm going to do is, because I'm using an external font called Quicksand, which is very nice,
Okay.
I need to actually copy paste that in the link href as well.
Right.
So let me just get the font.
And can we use different fonts? Do you always use this font?
I use many different fonts. I also like something like Montserrat. There's many different fonts. You should go on Google Fonts. They will give you so many different fonts depending on what you want.
Okay.
So again, href, but this time the URL of the of whatever the font is, it'll be different for each one.
Right.
Specify rel is equal to style sheet again.
Wow, Aarav, we already have a lot of questions for you from everyone who's sort of mentioning stuff through app. So as you code, I'm just going to bug you in between after we've some output. Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, this is all in the head section, which means there still won't be any change over here, because this is only links. So now if I actually make it the body, now we can start making it look nice.
Okay.
First, give it an ID, which will help me make it look nice. I'll make it opening, because it's the opening web page. And then I'll make a big heading. So H1, it's the biggest heading you can get.
Okay.
Style, used for styling it inside HTML. I'll make it align center so it looks nice.
Right.
And I'll make size very big. How about 120 pixels?
Wow. Okay.
Okay. And now all I have to do is write Happy Diwali from
Right.
everyone.
So we have Vishwanath who's asking, Aarav, which platform are you using to code right now? Wow.
As I'm using Visual Studio Code. It's completely free. You don't have to buy anything.
Right.
And you can use or whatever you want, because there's so many plugins that it can work for many languages like Python, HTML, JavaScript, no matter what you want.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So guys, everyone who would want to explore, do explore the platform. However, today he is going to give us a simple way out by copy pasting his code to one of the online platforms. So hang it there for that. This looks great, Aarav.
As you can see, there's a giant heading over here that's saying Happy Diwali from Aarav to everyone.
Yeah.
Under that, because I want it to a different web page, which is decorations, where you will see many decorations, like I said.
Yeah.
I'll use a tag, but I want to use, instead of using a link, and I'll write input type is equal to button. Now this will actually just create a button, as I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
It's an ID, like let's call this ideas, because it's an ideas button.
Okay.
The style, so I'll give it a margin 30 from the top.
Right.
0, right? 30 from the top again. Sorry, 30 from the bottom this time, so there's space underneath it.
Right.
And 32%. So that way, whatever screen size you're using, it will always adapt according to that.
All right.
And I'll also use value. This will give, which is actually what the button will say. So I'll make it click here to see some ideas for decoration.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
As you
This
can-
looks great. Wow, I can actually see it building. So Aarav, before we move ahead, we have a question from Vijayant Balaji. That can you explain can you re-explain the style sheet part?
Okay, so in HTML, there's many different ways to use and style a document. Because in this one, I'll be using quite a bit. What I've done is I've created a separate file for CSS, which is the language you use to style HTML.
Yeah.
And call it style.css. And then to actually style it, I just linked it using this. Because they're all in the same folder on my laptop, I used linked href is equal to style.css, which connects it to the file. And the rel equals style sheet just means that style.css will just style this document. It's very simple.
Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Okay, so then now I'll actually go into CSS to style it. First of all, in the opening, some background pictures. So, as you can see, I've already gotten the link here. I commented it out so that the computer won't read it.
Yeah.
So, to style by ID, you use hashtag, and then the tag was opening. So hashtag opening. Then you use curly braces.
Right.
So background, URL. Now all I have to do is just copy this link.
Wonderful. And you can use any image, right, for this?
Any image you want.
Right.
Okay, so that now there's the background of the image. The background of the div tag is here. And I'll just make it work properly. Hashtag opening, yeah. And before I'll just add in some other stuff as well.
Okay.
Background position. What that will do, as you think it will position it. Background size. Background size.
Okay.
I'll just use cover, which will actually cover the frame.
Okay.
So add in some padding so that the image is bigger. Padding. Image will need to be bottom, and let's do 750 px because it's a very big image for this time.
Okay.
And let me just see if that works. So there's actually a problem, and I'll show you what it is in a few seconds.
Okay. And while you're doing this, I think you should also think about a question from Sri Lakshmi. who is asking, how did you find your interest in coding? Like, when was the first time that you thought about coding? So Sri Lakshmi, once Aarav gets the image on the screen, I'm sure he'll answer that question. In the meantime, we also have one more question which says, is there any course related to Python at CampK12, data science, AI, ML? Yes, definitely, guys. Please go and do check out our website. You will get our entire curriculum. You'll also get all the courses that we teach, which are basically available, and definitely do take a demo session where you'll understand what all would you get to explore in Python or in AI and ML. So Aarav, are we able to figure out the background image stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me check. Maybe I did this.
Do you think it's because the style sheet spelling's wrong?
No, it's not. It's perfect.
That's okay. We can even move on, right? I think that's fine. We can make it look beautiful later. You had also told me that you have a decorations page, so we can move on to that page.
Yes, but first I'm not actually done with this. As you can see, this button, while it looks nice, it's quite ugly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything. So
Right.
to button do anything,
Yeah.
we use a function named onClick.
Yeah.
So if I here onClick, then what it'll do, it'll give me several options.
Right.
Okay, so what to do is, because I wanted to open a new file, I have to do window dot location.
Yeah.
And then I also have to find the file I want, and in this case it's decorations.html. So I'll do equals quotes decorations.html. See it's opening the web page, but because I haven't added anything to the web page, it's blank.
Yeah.
Which we can add first to make the image look nice.
Okay. Image as in the button, right?
Okay, so I'll make the background color orange, because orange is like the color of fire, and we light candles on fire in Diwali.
Yeah. That's smart.
I'll make the font family a different one, because that one doesn't look nice. So this is why I imported the font over here.
Yeah.
Which is CSS. Font family Quicksand sans serif. That's the font name.
Okay.
Okay. I'll also make the font extra large.
Right.
Font size. Like HTML has many options. At this point, I'm just going to use font size extra large.
Right.
Apply some padding as well to make more space. 20px.
Alright.
So now the button will change a lot. Wait, I forgot to say something.
I'll tell you, I think you should go to web page for a second. Just go to webpage.html. I don't know, you guys know better, obviously, but I have a feeling I know why this is happening. If you go to your code, the web page code, and do you see, just go at the top. Yeah. Do you see style.css rel? It needs to be style sheet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's also one thing you have to remember when coding, that even the tiniest mistake will get.
Ta-da! Oh my god, this seemed like magic.
Yes. So now, as you can see, the image has fully come. It's a big image of candles. The font is still there, and now the button has also changed. It's bigger, and it's the font is different, and it's more space.
And this looks amazing.
I'll just do two last things over here before I move on to decorations.
Sure. I was actually thinking that we should probably just add an image to decorations, because I know you also have like a lot of surprise planned for us, and we can definitely teach everyone how to do the decoration part soon, but we would also want everyone to see your surprise. So
yes, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly teach you guys something. If you want to change the layout of a button, like as you can see, this button has very big corners. If you don't like, you want it to be rounded, you can use border radius and then specify an amount in pixels. It can be anything you want. For now, I'll do 20 pixels.
Yeah.
what's made the button rounded, which in my opinion is nicer. If you don't like rounded buttons, you can always change it.
Yes.
And I'll just want family as well.
That's a great. So hey, we have one more question, Aarav, which I was just looking into. So everyone's asking that if they want to change the background image, then all they have to do is copy paste the link of that image, right? Instead of the image like that you've added.
Yeah, okay, I'll show you how to do it. 1 second. If I search up, like, I like this site called unsplash.com.
Right.
It gives the images for free. So if I search up candle, for example.
Yeah.
And like, I like this one.
Yeah.
What I have to do is click on the image here. And this will for any image, even if it's not Unsplash. You have to right click on the image and click copy image address.
Alright.
That image address into the URL space over here.
Yes.
And that it's not at all.
Amazing. Awesome. So Aarav, yeah, this looks great. This is like an amazing first page search. And before we move on to the next page, what do you think what can be added to make this fun? Because I definitely know that technology can be way better, and you also have a surprise for us. So can you tell us a bit more about that? And then later we can code on the decorations part. So what is this surprise?
Actually, a surprise wouldn't be a surprise if I tell you now. So I'll just give you a hint.
Okay.
How you all know Anshul is coming in. He'll explain a lot more about the surprise and he'll help you with it.
Alright.
I need to add to this. So all I'm going to comment over here.
Yeah.
Anshul's secret surprise comes here.
Alright.
You guys love the surprise a lot.
Yeah. So Aarav, I think now that we have already introduced everyone to the grad sort of like one of our master teachers who's going to join us today. I think everyone's going to be super keen on seeing the surprise before we move to the decorations part. So how about we do this? How about we first get and reveal the surprise bit so everyone's able to learn something fun, and then if time permits we should go to the decorations part.
Okay, sure. I don't mind at all.
Awesome, let's do that. So would you like to introduce? Would you like to tell everyone royally what is going to happen right now?
So everyone, I've been teaching you about HTML, a very important thing for web development. Anshul will now teach you about JavaScript animation, and he'll use CampK12's official platform to make you guys a beautiful animation on Diwali.
Yes, so guys, the much awaited moment is here. Yay! Anshul just couldn't wait, right? I was just about to have a grad entry and that he's just here. I know how excited you feel when kids code, Anshul. Can you hear me? I think Anshul's video is paused. I think he was just feeling... Yeah, can you hear me now, Anshul?
Yeah. Is my video still frozen?
It's better now.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I joined because I've been watching Aarav, and watching him code makes me think about coding. And the team at CampK12 doesn't let me code anymore, but this is really my happy place. I'm so excited to be here with Aarav and watching him do what he just did. Aarav, I think what makes a great coder is when you can teach what you are doing and answer questions that Harika ma'am is asking you about why you are doing that. That's how we know that you actually know the logic of what you're implementing. And kudos to you, man. So just to start off, congratulations on being one of our many super coders on the CampK12 community and on the platform, and for making time for this all the way from Dubai. I heard that's where you were, right? I was watching that's where you are right now, or that's where you are from?
That's where I live.
Okay, that's where you live. Where are you right now?
In my house, actually, in my bedroom.
In India?
in Dubai.
Thanks so much for participating in this. And we're thrilled to watch you make websites super quickly. So it is Diwali, and I wanted to do a little secret surprise, a very CampK12 special surprise. You guys have heard about MITs?
Alright. Your video froze again. Can you hear us, Anshul? Okay, guys, till Anshul's back, because it seems like he's facing some technical issues. But I just like how Anshul and Aarav just started talking, and I know that Anshul does not need introduction. But by the time Anshul's back, for everyone who's live right now, a quick intro. Anshul Bhagi, who's with us right now, he is the CEO and founder of CampK12. I think the best teacher that I know for sure, and definitely the most passionate coder that I know for sure. And other than his MIT and Harvard background, which everyone definitely knows that the entire team gets to learn from his experiences, he's also been sharing his coding knowledge with the team for like forever, from the start of CampK12. And yeah, and that's him, and just at the right time. So
Can you hear me now? Can you see me?
yes, we can hear you and we can see you.
Yeah, apologies in advance, guys. I'm having internet connections, it seems. Maybe there's some Diwali magic going on where everyone's trying to access the internet connection near where I stay, and bandwidth might be reduced. But let's hope we can get through this.
Yes.
So I think I got cut off when I was talking to you about the surprise I wanted to show. There's a platform out there called MIT Scratch. There's a platform out there called MIT App Inventor. There are many coding platforms.
Yes, and today one such coding platform.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear us, Anshul? Aarav, while Anshul's sort of reconnecting, can you tell everyone what coding platform are we going to use? Did you get to see what is he creating and what exactly is the project about?
Yes, actually I did. It's a very nice project about Diwali. He's going to be using HATCHXR, which is CampK12's official program for making AR and VR development.
Yes, definitely. And guys, you guys have already seen HATCHXR before. Many of our super coders have completed our sessions on HATCHXR before. If you guys remember the spaceship takeoff, if you guys remember, there are many other things which we've completed on Hatch. And Anshul, when he joins back, is going to help us with creating a 3D scene where you can create your own fireworks, right? So just like Aarav's webpage had amazing images and had amazing buttons and colors, Anshul's 3D scene is going to have fireworks. So yeah, I'm sorry, Anshul, I'm just taking the privilege of explaining the concept.
I appreciate it. Sorry that I keep dropping off. Would it be easier if I just turn my video off? Would that be better? Should we try that for some time? I can share my screen.
Yes.
I can keep talking. And I'll turn my video off.
Yeah,
Let's
we
try
can do
out.
that. Sure, no problem.
Doing it now. So let's get started with the surprise. My goal is to build something that we can put into the website that Aarav has already created. And I saw you build a beautiful page with a text and a button to take you to decorations. And we're going to put something right between the button and the text. How does that sound, Aarav?
Good. Sounds good.
Diwali surprise. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and we will open HATCHXR, which is CampK12's own coding platform for making 3D animations, games, scenes like that. Here we go.
Yeah. And guys, while Anshul's setting up, everyone please, this is literally a golden opportunity to talk to Anshul himself. So everyone just go to apps, and while you're exploring Anshul code and teach, you should also ask questions, so I can ask them to Anshul and you'll get answers firsthand. So everyone download the app, and yep, Anshul.
Cool. Yep, and you guys can still hear me, you can still see me.
Yes, definitely.
Turning my video off just to make this a little better.
Okay.
So we are going to start from the very beginning. Go to hatchxr.com. You will see this beautiful landing page, which talks about all the things you can make. And I'm going to click Start Building. When I click Start Building, it's going to take me to an empty workspace. An unpublished project was found. You want to reload that? No, I don't, because I'm starting a new project from the very beginning. And you'll see an empty workspace here as soon as it loads, with a few shapes in the middle. We can go ahead and get rid of those shapes. We can move them to the side. This is our own empty playground. We can do anything we want here. In HATCHXR, the camera is the player. It's the person who moves around and views the 3D world. So if I just move this camera back a bit and I go to play, you will see the world through the camera's eyes. Here we are. If I move the camera, it will show you this 3D world from a different vantage point. So now that we know how this 3D system works, let's show you what Hatch is capable of. You can design, you can code on Hatch, and you can code on JavaScript. Today we'll be writing code here, and you can play in 3 dimensions, and you can put this on a phone, you can embed this on a website. So we're going to build something and then embed it on the website. Now, this is after all Choti Diwali night, and Diwali is tomorrow, so why don't we make a 3D scene with fireworks? And we're going to use something that any 3D system has as a built-in feature, which is called particle systems or particle engines. And Hatch has its own particle engine. So if you look at the environments and you look at the option here, you will see that we have particle system right here. When you click plus on anything here, it adds it to the 3D scene. I have just added a particle system. Fireworks is a particle system to this world. By default, it is set to sprinkler. If you go to play and you see what you just added, you will see a sprinkler right in front of me. This is a sprinkler. There we go. Now, I don't want a sprinkler. I want fireworks. And then I want to code and customize those fireworks. So I go to design. I click my particle system. I change it to fireworks. Let's test this out real quick. We're going to say fireworks should autoplay. And let's actually play it here. One more. Autoplay. And let's test this out. There we go. So if I go to play, we have a very simple fireworks explosion, a single explosion of fireworks. By default, the color of these fireworks is yellowish. You can see that over here. The color is, so colors are represented in RGB mode, RGB, and this RGB in hexadecimal representation is FF, FA, 9F. You can change this to another color. So let's make it red. Now, everything we're doing right now from the design system, we're actually going to do some code in just a minute. I've just made fireworks orange. And there we go, we're going to play. So there you go. Now you saw orange fireworks. What we want to do though is have many explosions. And we want to have each explosion have many different colors. So what we're going to do now is start coding this fireworks that we have created. Let's actually add a couple more. So we're just going to click this, we're going to clone it. And we're going to call this one particle system 2. We're going to clone this one, we're going to call it particle system 3. Here we are. Okay. Now, when I go to play, you see all 3 of them explode together. But we don't need all of them. Okay. So what we're going to do is go here and turn them off by default. Autoplay off. Autoplay on this one off. And autoplay on this one off. Now, none of them are going to play. And this is where the code comes in. Now, we have designed our very basic scene. And now with code, we have full control over what we want to do with these 3 fireworks. So I'm going to start off by just using code to make one of those fireworks go off. And so here on my left side, I can see my layers. And let me zoom in, because you know, when I was watching Aarav on the other side, and when I've seen other kids code, there's always a need to zoom in. So before Niharika ever tells me, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Here we go. How's that?
Yeah, I was just about to say that, yeah.
I read your mind, yeah. So here we are, particle system. There are many different actions I can do on that particle system. When you code, you have objects and you have behaviors of those objects, and you have, in the world of coding, you have functions that you can call on the object to execute a certain behavior. In this case, we want to just turn a fireworks on. And in a particle system, the language of that is, so if I just start typing on, actually let me say turn, because turn on, turn emitter on is a function that this fireworks, this particle system has. If I click it, what Hatch does is it pastes that into my code editor. So I haven't written any code yet. I've simply used the built-in helper functions that Hatch provides to turn a fireworks on. Now when I run the script, I should see one of those fireworks explode. Boom.
Nice.
Okay? So now we have one fireworks going on. What if I want to change the color? And what if I want to make the fireworks go off every 1 second? And if you're a CampK12 student, you learned this in your very early classes. There's a concept of loops and there's a concept of timers. Hatch supports both. You can have for loop, while loop, whatever you want. You can also have timers. I'm going to use a timer for this one. It's more conducive to animations. So here we are. Hatch has a function called create timer. It has a clock interval, which is how often should the timer fire. I want to do every 2 seconds, so 2000 milliseconds. And inside of this, it's very simple. I'm just going to take that line and paste it here. So every 2 seconds, we call this fireworks 1 timer. Every 2 seconds, I'm going to execute this function, and this function has one command, which is to turn the emitter on. Let's try this out. Explode, 1, 2, explode, 1, yeah. And the reason it's
So
exploding
cool.
faster than you can count is because some of the time being taken to explode the fireworks is being counted in that 2 seconds. Let me share my video again because it seems like my internet is a little more stable. Yeah? Okay. If it's a problem again, I'll turn my video off. So just let me know. We have created a very simple timer which causes the fireworks to go off every 2 seconds. Now, I want to make this a little more interesting. When you watch a fireworks show, you will notice that the fireworks explode left, right, up, down. Each one is a different color. Sometimes they explode together. We're going to use our coding concepts to make that happen with what Hatch provides us here. So I have one fireworks going on. First thing I want to do is learn how to change the color of the fireworks every time. So it turns out that each particle system has this property of color. It has an initial color and a fade color. So if I want to change its color, I can get the color, I can set the color. Getters and setters are very basic functions. I'm going to use the set color function. Now, what do I want to set it to? The docs here show you examples, white, FF, FF, FF. I'm going to set it to. For now, let's actually do this. We're going to use another function which is called getRandomColor. So if I want to set it to a random color, I can use hatch.getRandomColor. And I'm just going to put it in one line to make it more easy for you. So we now have 2 lines of code. And I want to set the color before I turn it on, because setting it afterwards is only going to impact the next time it executes. So let's try this out. I'm going to reset the scene, and I'm going to execute this. Run. Ooh, magenta. Green.
That looks great.
Green again. Purplish, blue. All right, so it's working, right, Aarav? It's working?
Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
Good, and we have only just started. So let's move quickly now that you know the basics. Now what we want to do is also change the position in which it appears. So Aarav, have you learned about random numbers in your coding classes with us yet?
Yes, I have actually.
Okay. And have you learned about X and Y coordinates when you were doing your app development class?
Yes.
Like where do you position something in a screen? So we're in a 3D scene right now, and a 3D scene adds a dimension. It adds a Z dimension. Now in Hatch, I'm actually going to do design mode to talk about the coordinate system we use in 3D coding. If you look at the cylinder, it has an x-axis, has a z-axis, I can move it along, it has a y-axis that I can move along. Y is up and down, x is left and right, z is forward and back. Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Great. If you're with me, I'm going to assume that our community is also following along. So,
They are. We also have a lot of questions for you, Anshul, so I'm going to bug you after everything is done.
Sure. Let's finish our scene. Let's hand it over to Aarav, and then while Aarav integrates it, I'm happy to answer questions.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've learned about X, Y, and Z axes. Now what I want to do is I want to move the fireworks. Let's move it left and right along the X direction, randomly. Let's move it up and down a little bit. Z direction, we don't need to move it too much because I want it to be far away from me. Okay? So what I'm going to do is quickly set this up. I'm going to create some variables, and I'm sure Aarav knows what variables are. I want to say ran X, ran Y, ran Z. So I've defined 3 variables here. I haven't initialized them. I haven't given them any values. What I plan to do is inside my timer, I plan to calculate a random position between an X coordinate and another X coordinate, set the X of the fireworks to that, calculate a random position along, we decided to move it along Y as well. I'm going to calculate a random position along Y, set the Y of the fireworks to that, and Z we're not going to touch, okay? Because it's fine, and I don't want it to move forward and back. So let's just do it. Particle system has a position function. So if you go here, you can get the position, you can set the position. You notice that the set position takes 3 things, X, Y, Z. X coordinate, Y coordinate, Z coordinate. And here we are. So what I'm going to do is set this up and say ran X, ran Y, ran Z. Hopefully you can understand that. We created X, Y, Z, and we set it to X, Y, Z. Now, right now these variables are, they have no definition. They're not a hint. So what we need to do is we need to set them to something. Ran X should be a random number. So Hatch has this cool function, get random number between any 2 numbers. So get a random number between, let's say, -5 and 5. Let's check out what happens. Well, actually, let's finish this up and then we'll check out. Same thing with Y, same thing with Z. So ran Y equals a random number between wherever I want it to appear in the vertical direction. And ran Z, same thing. So here we are. We're going to go Y from 5 to 10. And Z, let's find out where the guy is right now. particle system right now is a certain distance from me. He is, so we think he's at z minus 2. So we're just going to leave it at minus 2.
Yeah.
I don't actually care about rand z. I'm just going to say equal minus 2.
Yeah, Anshul, I'm so sorry, but can you zoom in a bit more? Everyone's been asking if they can just, this is better. Thank you.
Oh, better for you, harder for me.
I know.
But that's okay. We'll make it work. So guys, what I've done here is I've defined 3 variables, x, y, and z. Rand means random, that's why I went with that. I've set x to between minus 5 and 5. Oh, y should be between 5 and 10 because minus 5 in the y direction will be below the ground.
Yeah.
Fireworks below the ground is no fun. Okay, it might cause an explosion. Some poor mole family living in the ground is going to be unhappy. So we're gonna go with z equals minus 2, which means 2 in front of the camera. And we have defined this function set position. Let's just try it out. Fingers crossed. All right, up there. I can fly around and boom, you got it. So good job, Aarav, we got it. Good job, team. So we have 1 fireworks now exploding in different ways. I'm going to teach you guys a cool trick, okay? It's a trick from object-oriented programming, all right? It's the idea that if you have repeating behavior, you should not have to copy-paste that repeating behavior, okay? When you start coding and you're a beginner, you start by copy-pasting it n times. Then you realize that if I have repeating behavior, such as this behavior that randomizes the position and the color of a firework, you can generalize that. You can make that a function or a different object, and then you can invoke that behavior and that function on many different objects. So I have 3 fireworks that we had added, particle system 1, 2, and 3. I have the same behavior I want to do on all of them. The easiest way to now make this behavior happen on all of them is not to copy paste code 3 times, but to define a function. I'm going to say do fireworks. And in JavaScript, the way you define functions is parentheses. You can put any parameters in there. I'm not going to, and the brackets. Now, all of this beautiful stuff can go there. All right. What does this function do? It calculates random x, y, z, and then it sets it. But it's not always going to set it to this particle system. It's going to set it to an object, a fireworks object that I pass to this function. So we can call it some fireworks, or let's call it which fireworks. Which fireworks is being passed into this. So which fireworks dot set position, which fireworks dot set emission color, which fireworks dot turn emitter on. Why don't we call this function? We're going to invoke this function. Do fireworks, and which fireworks do we want to do? We want to do particle system 1. Boom. This should do the same thing. No change, but we have set up our code in a scalable way where we can now have 20 different fireworks going on.
Wow.
Let's try it out. Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Nice, man. You're a pro. There we go. Still working? No bugs?
So cool.
Good job. All right. So now let's do something with the other ones. And because we've set up our code in such a scalable manner, it's going to be really easy. I want 3 timers rather than 1 timer. Here's another timer. We're going to call it fireworks 2 timer. Here's another timer. We're going to call it fireworks 3 timer. And I'm going to make this one execute every 3,000. It's like 3,000 milliseconds is 3 seconds. This one execute 4,000 milliseconds. That's 4 seconds. If you want them to execute together, because every now and then when you're watching a fireworks scene, the explosions happen together and that looks super cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to make those guys execute together. So this one, fireworks 1 is going to execute every 2 seconds. Fireworks 2 and 3 are going to execute every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Now we need to call this particle system 2, particle system 3, and because we've set up our code in a nice way, let's see what happens. Reset. And let's hope for the best. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You guys did it.
This is so cool.
A for CampK12 TV, A for Hatch, A for CampK12, A for Aarav. All right. So we have just, that's really cool. So what's missing now, Aarav? I think we need a scene. We need a scene that fits in your website.
Yes.
Yeah? Niharika, am I running late? Do I have time to make a scene?
Yes, we have time. We have time for a quick scene.
Okay, quick scene.
Like a quick,
so what
quick scene.
We're going to make a scene that Aarav feels proud to put in his website. So I'm going to delete this cylinder. It's random. I don't need it. I'm going to delete this box. Don't need it. This little ground with these check boxes, I'm not a big fan. I'm going to get rid of the grid. Let's say none here. Yeah, it's not bad either. Why don't we turn it into, let's turn the ground into have some hills. Let's make those hills not be smooth. Because now it has some texture, it has some shadows, it has some ups and downs. And let's increase the height of those hills. Let's change the colors to be a little more bright because it's Diwali. So, Aarav, what color do you want for the ground? Your website is like orangish. I don't know if we should go with.
Right.
I don't know if we should go to a contrasting color or like a matching color. You tell me what color you want for the ground. It's your website.
We could try a blue one. It'll contrast perfectly with the other one.
Ground. Okay. You know what? I have an idea. You can go with a dark color ground and then add a blue ocean on it. It's gonna look cool. Okay? Let's add a blue ocean on it. Because blue oceans look the best in apps. Wait for it. And I'm gonna make there be semi-transparent. There you go. Let's just make sure our fireworks are still above the ocean. Let's actually make the ocean a lot bigger. So I'm going to go here and make it 100, 500. Alright, there we go. Let's make sure. You like that? Is that good for your website?
It looks so cool.
Okay, good. Yeah, next you're going to be wanting the Hatch class at CampK12, huh? I've convinced our super coder to do a different one. Let's see if our fireworks are above or below. I'm going to, they're below, they're above. We're good. You know, you can have them be under. Look, I'm zooming under. Okay, here we go. So my fireworks are fine. I just need to position my camera so that it starts out with a nice view of them. Okay? So where should we position that? Let's put this guy, let's put him a little further back.
So Aarav, can I request you something? While Anshul is quickly creating an amazing scene for your website, how about you start setting up your website on CodePen because everyone's excited to try it out. So while he's doing it, how about just set it up. So all you have to do is just integrate it and we can share the link with everyone.
Okay, sure.
Hey, this looks great, Anshul.
Good. We're going to add some text for Aarav's Diwali world. And we're going to make the ocean be a little darker so that you can see the fireworks contrast against them. Go. Design is a big part of coding, guys. It's very creative, especially when you're making a 3D scene. And I want this to look great on its site. So we're going to add some 3D text. And there are many fonts here in Hatch that are built in. So I'm using one called Lalu. And with this font, I'm going to position it so that it's about centered. The text, text could be swimming in the ocean, but now let's make it higher. And we're going to say Happy Diwali. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right. Happy Diwali. And from CampK12.
Yeah.
Clone this guy. Move it down. From CampK12. And let's make this a different font and a different color as well.
This looks funky.
There we go. We're going to add in fact, rather than changing the color, I'm going to add a little glow. And so in Hatch, these glows are created through emissives. There we go. There we go. And this one's got to have a glow as well. We'll make it, how does that look, Harika?
It looks great. It's perfect. I am actually very happy. Both of you are making my Diwali great. I'm just going to share it with everyone soon.
Okay. Let's add some stars. This makes it look like a night sky. Wow, there we go. How's that?
This looks cool.
A brighter sky. Let's have a brighter sky. Where's my sky?
I think you'll have to add it.
I'll have to add it. Yeah, there's no sky. That was the color of the background. The
Yeah.
Background. We're going to skip that. Let it be a night sky. Okay. So, check it out. Nice.
Wow. This looks great. Aarav, do you like it? It's going to be on your website.
I think it looks amazing.
So guys, today we're going to announce a brand new feature of Hatch. Nobody has ever seen this on the internet. Okay? And Aarav is going to show us what this is. So this awesome feature of Hatch, our team at CampK12 worked really hard to not only make a 3D design and coding tool, but to make it easy to embed in mobile apps, web apps, anything else, because your 3D scenes should be available to people to consume. So check this out. You can publish your project. I'm logged in as Anshul. I'll publish the project on my account. So let's go ahead and publish it. And then once you publish it, you can get an embed code for the project. And it's going to work like magic. So here we are. Happy Diwali, everybody. And I'm going to call it DA Camp. The description will be CampK12 TV. And I'm going to publish it, and I'm going to get a unique link created here. And just to make it, I'm going to call it Aarav. Okay, happy Diwali.
Yeah, I was just
so
about to say that.
Just so your name appears in the URL, because we generate the URL for the name of the project. Now I'm publishing it. You ready?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll take a moment, and then we now have the power within our grasp to embed it, to share it, to run it. You guys remember the QR code system? In past CampK12 TV episodes, all the kids have scanned the QR to get it on their phone. That's not what we're doing today. You already know you can do that. What we're doing today, and Niharika, I can send this on the Zoom link so others can play it.
Yeah.
But what we're doing today is actually embedding it. So why don't I do two things? I'm going to send this on Zoom so you can send it to other people.
Can you send it to the team, Anshul? Because the team will directly share it on the So if you can send.
Okay, I'll do that afterwards. Let's give him the embed code. So now that we've done this, you see this share option, brand new, never before been published on the internet. This feature, you can do a couple things. You can share a 360 image of your project. Check that out.
Wow! Oh my
You
God!
can put that on Instagram as a 360 photo that you coded. But that's not what Aarav is doing today. Aarav is putting the full experience, not the 360 image, the full 3D experience. I'm going to click here to copy. How easy is that? And I just need to send this to this guy. I need to send it to Aarav. So Aarav, where are you, my man? I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to paste that. Can I paste that on Zoom, Aarav?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Ready? Ball is on your court, man. Make it happen. I have sent it. And meanwhile, let me share the project with the team. Okay?
So
See, I'm glad my internet started working.
I know, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay. So I'm just getting the link. Hang on.
So while Aarav's doing that, Anshul, would you like to answer a few questions?
Yes, just give me 5 seconds to send it to the team. And then
Yes.
I will be all yours.
Yes.
Right.
And Aarav, in the meantime, can you share your screen?
Yes, sure.
Alright, I'm all yours.
Awesome. So other than the n number of I love Anshul sir and Anshul sir you're the best and Anshul sir you're an inspiration that I'm getting.
I love coming to CampK12 TV. I cancel every meeting.
Yes,
Yeah.
we see you comment a lot. Anshul's like our most active person on comments. So Anshul, the first question is that at what age did you start coding? Everyone's really curious to know.
Sure. Aarav, how old are you?
I'm 13.
Nice. I was 1 year younger than Aarav when I started coding. And I started coding this actually the same way Aarav did. I started coding by making websites. So the first language I actually learned was a scripting language called HTML. And back then we didn't have CodePen, we didn't have CampK12, unfortunately. We did have libraries, and I found a book. I found a book on HTML. I was curious, what is this 4-letter thing that is the title of the book? And then the rest was history. Aarav, you can probably agree that that feeling of typing your first code and then seeing on the other screen the output, that's a magical feeling. Every coder that's here with us right now, watching CampK12 TV, you can, I think, attest to that feeling of just joy when you know that no one can stop you. You have all the power and freedom in the world to create whatever you can imagine. And then the only limitations are how well can you code, how well can you think about logic, and how well you know the vocabulary and the grammar of this language called coding, because then you can make anything.
That's great. So this question was from Neha. Now we have Zari Abbas. Anshul, and it's really sweet. So the kid's saying that Anshul, you've worked in big companies like Microsoft and Google, but we would like to thank Anshul sir for making CampK12. So
I did it because in the early days of CampK12, I realized that there's nothing more gratifying, more fun, more enjoyable than doing this. That's the honest truth. Even when my teammates asked me why did I decide to do this and why did we build this community, the family, it's because after you work with those companies and you experience the joy of teaching kids to build and imagine, you realize that there are totally different levels of gratification. And the joy I get watching Aarav build this website at age 13 from scratch and then embed a full Hatch experience in there. This is it, right? This is why we do what we do.
Yeah, and I don't know, for some reason the whole timing thing is working great. The moment Anshul said embed the hatch experience, Aarav's hatch just popped up there.
And he's like, look at what he's doing. He saw that it was not aligned. It was aligned left and right. It was not vertically centered, and now he's figuring out how to center it horizontally and where he wants it to be positioned. And that problem solving, the kind of observation followed by trying stuff out, like that's literally what he's doing right now. That is the coder journey. And I think the coder journey is everybody's journey, whether you're an author, whether you are a figure skater, you experiment, you problem solve, and you don't give up. I mean, that's what's so exciting in it. There's nothing more fun than it.
Great. So one request, 2 more questions to go, but Aarav, before you sort of make it look more beautiful, can you please share this link with Anshul so he can share it with the team, so the team can share it with everyone else on the chat, because everyone wants to see your website and explore it.
Put it on that view, do text align center on it, Aarav, and then put it on that view, with where they can see the full screen, and then share it.
Yeah. Okay, while he's doing this, Anshul, I have many people. So we have Aditya, we also have Tej Singh Grover, and everyone's asking, what is the meaning of CampK12? Like, how did you come up with CampK12?
I love the question. So guys, CampK12 has a past meaning, and then CampK12 has a present meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, so the name has took on a new meaning now. I'm going to tell you the past meaning, and I'm going to tell you the, I would say, very exciting present meaning. So when we first started CampK12, it was the first name that came to mind, is the honest story, because we were doing camps for K-12, which means kindergarten to 12 students. We literally started with kindergarten and first graders, and we literally went until 12th graders. And we were teaching coding, believe it or not, to all of these age groups. 10 years ago. 10 years ago. That's 2010. That's before you had WhatsApp, Uber, Ola, all of these apps. We were teaching that stuff. And in fact, Hatch, the reason CampK12 team started working on Hatch is because I had a very powerful feeling when I was at D on the App Inventor team. So we built App Inventor, and App Inventor now is used by 12 million people. We hope that Hatch will also be used by 12 million people, and that's why we built it. But we know that we can teach coding to all of these age groups, and so we started with K and we went to 12, and then we said we are teaching through camps, boot camps, and so we call ourselves CampK12. But now, guys, you should be really excited. We are doing so many new products for you. And I'm here to announce, again, first time that you are hearing this from anyone. Camp is now going to be your friends list on CampK12. So every child who has an account on CampK12 will be able to manage their camp. They'll be able to build their camp. So I can add Aarav to my camp. Aarav, you want to be in my camp?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man. I'd love to be in your camp too, so don't forget to add me. So now our platform is going from being a single player platform to a multiplayer platform. And as a multiplayer platform, every child is going to have a camp that they manage, and they can add other friends of the platform. So all of you watching TV right now, you can add your fellow CampK12, your fellow campers to your camp.
Yeah.
And then you can have camp wars where they can compete. You can play multiplayer games on our platform together. There's a lot coming up for you. You should be very excited. Our team is working really hard using the coding skills that built Hatch to build awesome stuff for you. Hey, Aarav, you can send me the link. Don't worry about sending it. Just send it to me, and I'll pass it on to our audience. So
yes, definitely. There's one more question which I would like to answer, if that's okay, because it's about the Hatch project that you just created. So everyone's asking if they can access this Hatch project, and yes, guys, it's very easy. Just go to HATCHXR.com, and if you go to gallery or if you search Anshul's name,
our team has sent it.
Okay, great. Guys, it's there on the comments, so you can do it. This is how cute. So Vishwant is asking Anshul, whenever it happens, can I also be in Anshul sir's camp?
I would love that, man. Vishwant, you're my boy, and I would love to build a camp that has Aarav and Vishwant.
Wonderful. Now I feel FOMO, but that's okay.
Arika, maybe we'll let you in. There's an application process.
Okay.
It's very difficult.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll think it.
Aarav, I think I'll once the application process starts, I think I'm going to catch hold of Aarav for tuitions, so he can actually teach me getting in. But this is great, and guys, I know there are like a lot of questions, and I think we would just have like more special episodes probably with Anshul, where we are able to get some time and ask some questions. But we have already done so much in this episode, and it is 30 Diwali, and obviously I want all of you guys to just share the project that we've just created with your loved ones. So Aarav, for one last time, if you can share your screen and show everyone, if like at me at least, if I want to change Happy Diwali from Niharika to you all, or Happy Diwali from Anshul to you all, then what exactly do I change in your code so everyone's able to do that before we sign off?
Okay, so it's actually incredibly simple. This Happy Diwali from Aarav to everyone is just in this heading over here, each one. So all you have to do is instead of saying Aarav, just delete that and type in your own name, like say example Niharika or Anshul. It's really easy. You can do anything you want.
Change it to CampK12. Let's change it to CampK12 and then leave it that way, because a lot of people are going to view this project now.
Yes. Amazing. Can you just enlarge the screen and show us how it looks?
I'll put it into a full page view.
Alright. So guys, it's very easy. It's super easy. Just click on the link that's been shared. Just go to HTML and change from CampK12 to whatever you want to change it to. And just share this project, guys. It's Diwali. I'm sure everyone would love to have a e-greeting created by you guys with help of Aarav and Anshul. So, yep. Thank you so much. Aarav, would you like to ask Anshul any question before we sign off? Because I know you have been dying to sort of interact with Anshul, and yeah.
Well, you're in my camp now, so we're
Yeah, Anshul, what would you suggest to anybody who really wants to code in their life? It's their complete passion.
What would I suggest to people for whom coding is a passion, or people who've never tried it? Which one?
For whom coding is a passion.
Oh, I think the saddest thing about coding as a passion at a young age is that a lot of people stop doing it. I think the saddest thing is, see, coding is something that people fall in love with. I fell in love right the moment I coded. And I would say the world is going to try to make it very hard for you to pursue your passion in a way that you love. And it's just the nature of society to tell you what is right and wrong. You should be a doctor, you should be an engineer. We don't teach coding to build people who will be engineers. We teach coding to build people who feel the feeling that no one can stop them. They can build anything, and they can solve any problem in the world. They can build anything. No one can really tell them what you are and not allowed to build at age 13. No one can say that, hey, you are not an engineer, you're a doctor. You can't build a mobile app to help connect doctors with patients. Says who? I can be a doctor and I can code a mobile app that helps doctors connect with patients. So I would say for people who are passionate about coding, just remember why you fell in love with it in the first place, and don't start treating it like a chore, and don't start treating it like something you do because it gets you a job at company XYZ, because that is for any passion. This is actually nothing to do with just coding. It could be with singing, dancing, anything. Right, Aarav? I'm sure you have other things you do as well. So my advice is very general. It's like whatever your passions are, it happens to be coding, great. Just remember why you did it in the first place and try to do a little bit of that. So the Hatch team knows that every now and then I love to get my hands dirty and code and contribute code to the Hatch project to build these things, because that's the joy, right? That's why I fell in love with coding. And these days, these guys don't let me code, but I love to do it. Every now and then I sneak in and I write some code. So don't forget why you did it, and keep doing it.
That's nice. Thank you so much, guys. And how much ever I would love to not end this session and just keep listening to Aarav code and keep listening to Anshul code, we have to end this session. So thank you for joining us, Anshul. It was great.
Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Aarav and Niharika. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be an inspiring episode for many. Thank you for also answering our questions and also creating a super fun project. And Aarav, I cannot thank you less. Oh my god, do you realize you've just taught everyone how to create a website in 15 minutes probably, and we use so many websites, and I'm sure no one would have imagined that they can do it. And I'm sure once they go back and check this entire feed, they are going to have their own websites, which is super great. So thank you so much, guys, both of you, for joining in. Aarav, I would love to see more and more of your projects, and thank you so much everyone else who's joined. Happy Diwali.
Yeah, thanks to the entire CampK12 community.
Yes.
And those who are not part of the community, come join. And wishing all of you a very happy and prosperous Diwali.
Yes, happy Diwali. Aarav, would you like to help wish everyone happy Diwali?
Yes, happy Diwali everyone. Have a very good one.
Yes, thank you so much. So guys, I'll see you next time, next Friday, same time, with a different super coder creating something fun. In the meantime, guys, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also the bell icon so you can get some fun stuff like we have Anshul. This episode we're going to have many more fun stuff and special surprises, so you don't want to miss them. And finally we saw Aarav, one of our amazing super coders. We have so many more super coders in CampK12 who keep creating amazing projects, which because we can't get everyone here, we keep showcasing on our Facebook and Instagram pages, right? So please go and follow us on Facebook and follow us on Insta, so you would get to see everyone's super amazing projects.
And download the CampK12 mobile app.
Yes,
Download
that.
You can do daily quizzes and you're getting a daily streak now.
Yes,
as well.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and that's like the starting point of creating your camp. So yeah, you guys need to have it to be able to create your camps and also to get into Anshul's camp. So cool. Yes, awesome. So thank you so much, guys. Happy Diwali and see you next Friday, 7 p.m.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Watching HATCHXR, wishing everyone a happy Diwali.